Welcome back, everybody. As we've mentioned, today is Father's Day, and we're thrusting into the spotlight all the present fathers out there. And it's about honoring one's father or relevant father figure, as well as building on fatherhood and paternal bonds. Now, the SABC's acting head of marketing, Dichaba Phalatse, is husband and father of 4. In celebration of Father's Day, we speak to him on being a modern dad in the media space and how he manages to make time to spend with his children despite the challenges of working odd hours and frequent traveling. With Dichaba this morning is 2 of his kids, Thandolwethu and Moagi Phalatse. A very good morning to you, Phalatses. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good, man. Good to have you on the show. How are you?
Good, and you?
Tired.
You're tired? It's not even 8 o'clock yet.
Yeah.
Jeez, tired from what?
I wake up very late.
Huh?
I wake up very late.
Yeah.
You woke up very late.
Me personally, I'm not a morning person.
Yeah.
You're not a morning person. Neither am I. You'd be surprised. Neither am I a morning person. So yeah, you're not alone, boy. So tell me, what are you going to do for dad today?
Nothing. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to buy my dad like flowers, mugs and socks. The stuff you mentioned before.
And socks and a mug?
Yeah, and a mug. I already bought him a mug like last week.
And you, boy, what are you going to do for daddy?
Maybe give him a big hug. Give him a kiss on the cheek, say Happy Father's Day. I didn't really have the funds to...
You didn't yet? You didn't give him a hug?
No.
Oh, okay, you're going to do it after the show?
This morning was kind of busy.
After this interview, ne? So tell me, what do you like about dad?
He's very modern, but I don't want to tell him that because then he'll think that he's full of himself and stuff.
Yeah, he'll have a big head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's just modern. We have...
Let's just pretend he's not listening, you know?
Yeah. He's modern. We have the same music taste. We have
Yeah.
a lot of things in common.
And Moagi, what do you like about dad?
I like how he gives me good advice every once in a while.
Yes.
Tells me about being intelligent, how
Yeah.
I should strive to be in
What's
upper
that good
class.
advice that he's giving you that will forever linger in your mind?
Well, a few days ago, he told me about lineage and how I'm going to carry it on.
Yo. Okay, that is powerful. Jeez, Dichaba, just look at you, man. Like, we're talking about you as if you're not here. Wow, that is powerful. I actually like the fact that, you are driving them towards, talking about sensible things. Despite their young age, but you're talking to them about adult stuff, because there's never a certain age for being mature and an adult, eh?
No.
So let's talk about what fatherhood means to you.
Sure. Well, they have a human experience, right? And I believe there are things that are important, and important is not necessarily age relative.
Yes.
So when things are important to me, I speak to them so they know that it's important. So yeah, I speak to them about critical stuff.
Yeah.
So fatherhood is, I think it's a blessing, right? So
Yes.
I sit here and I represent the concept of dope black dads, which is a concept of, aspiring to change the narrative around black fathers. I am blessed to come from, and he speaks about lineage. My father, my grandfather, both from my mom and dad were present. They were there. So I come from that, but we live in a world where black fatherhood is, has quite a negative narrative, right? So I'm very much intentional about that, and that's why that's the first thing I want to bring forward. But I love my kids, and it's a very natural thing. It's not even I have to think about it, or it's natural. And I'm glad I see the pictures are up.
Yeah, look at that.
So, when you go on Google and you type images of black dads, you don't really get that many images. But I think there's, my generation, and there's many of, modern dads, as Lethu says, that are very intentional and are changing that. And now when you go on Google and you type black fathers, you'll see loving, caring man.
Right. And speaking of loving and caring men, I mean, for those who don't know you, and for those who just seeing you for the first time on TV right now, but judging from what they said today, the people already know the kind of person and the kind of father that you are. So just how important is it building a solid and a firm relationship with your kids?
I would like my kids to call me when they're in trouble.
Okay.
And to do that, it's a lot of building blocks to get there. I think these are, foundation years, for them to be open about their feelings, for them to be vulnerable with me. And I need to do that now. So when they're older and, they get into trouble or they're confused about anything, I become the first
It's much more easier to
first
open up to
person.
you.
Yeah, correct. I think that's probably my main goal.
Right.
And just be like a good foundation for them. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Lwethu, he said that the piece of advice that he gave him was, about lineage. So what is that one piece of advice that will forever linger in your mind that Dad gave you?
Don't care about what others say. Just do you.
Just do you.
He always says that to me.
Just do you.
So I just do me.
That's powerful, eh? That's powerful. What is it that you like about him? I mean, what's some of the fun activities that you guys get up to?
Well, it used to be watching movies together, so that watching movies together. But now it kind of stopped because now we're in our own worlds.
Does
but
he select the movie to be watched?
Yeah, he selects the movie. So sometimes I don't get interested.
I could see you almost rolled your eyes, eh?
Yeah.
Moagi, what is it that you love about Dad? I mean, what are some of the fun activities that you guys get up to?
I think they're like active activities, I'm a little growing boy, I guess, so I like being active. So when you go to the water park and stuff like that, it's really nice.
Yeah. So whose idea was it to introduce him to TikTok?
I think it was Lwethu's.
Yeah.
But of course.
It was mine.
But of course. So what would you love to say to Dad? And I know that it can be awkward a bit since he's here, but what is it that you want to tell Daddy that you also want to tell to the world, millions of viewers who are watching right now?
Can I go?
I'll start with you. Yeah, you go first.
I want to let all the children like my age let their dads know how much they love them, because they think we don't love them, but we really do love them. But we just don't like showing it to them. But
So why is that though? Why do daddies and fathers think that their kids don't love them?
Well, because majority of the time we just ask them for things. So, yeah.
Big boy, what do you want to say to Daddy?
Or to other dads. I
Yeah.
think I'll say this to my father. I care about you and I'm proud of you
Oh, wow.
Oh man, that
Thank
is
you.
for
so
all of the
cool.
great things that you have accomplished.
Oh.
That is so cool, man. All right, then in terms of careers, does Daddy influence the kind of career path that you guys want to take? What do you want to be when you grow up? And did Daddy have something to do with it?
At first, I wanted to become a marketing manager like him. But honestly, right now, I don't know what I want to be. I'm just gonna go with the flow.
You're going to go with the flow. Moagi, what do you want to be?
So I have hobbies, and the hobbies is what influenced what I want to be when I grow up. Not really my father.
Yeah.
So when I wanted to be an architect when I grow up, because I've enjoyed drawing throughout my childhood years. So
That's
yeah.
so cool. That's so cool. And Dichaba, just as a closing, are you also one of those parents who would love to see your kids becoming a lawyer or becoming a doctor or taking a certain career path? Or you just want to let them be?
They need to discover themselves. And I actually like both their answers, because Lwethu is still on the self-discovery journey.
Yeah.
Because me and you also, we didn't know what we wanted to be at 15.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Or 16. So it's about discovering, and I always tell them that follow your passion. Just follow your passion.
Sure.
It will lead you to where you want to be. So
Sure.
yeah.
All right, man. All the best. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
And,
Before we
yeah.
go, I'm wearing the mask shirt. I have to do a bit of work before we leave. So the mask is on S3, Saturdays at 6:30. Repeat SABC 1 at 8 o'clock on Saturdays, and on Thursdays at 9 o'clock in the evening. The mask hosted by Impop Pops. Detective Tunnels are amazing. Sorry, I had to do a bit of work before we wrap up, but yeah.
And I like the fact that, as much as today is a weekend, but you are a marketing manager 24/7. And you are a father 24/7.
Always on. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much, eh?
Thank you.
Thandolwethu, Moagi, lovely chatting to you, man.
I enjoyed
You guys
being
are
here.
blessed to have such a cool dad, eh?
Yes, very
All
much
the
so.
best. And take care of yourself and take care of him. Don't be sometimes a nuisance to daddy. I know you're not. All the best, Thank you so much for joining us. Oh, gosh.
Great.
So inspired.
Thank you.
Father's Day, of course, is celebrated worldwide to recognize the, the contribution that fathers and father figures make to the lives of their children. We just spoke to SABC's marketing manager for video entertainment, Dichaba Phalatse, and his two kids, Thandolwethu and Moagi Phalatse.